Hey guys, what's up? It's me again. I don't really have a witty or an interesting intro to go with this video, so let's just get right to it. I myself, like many other Americans, like to indulge myself in fast food every once in a while. I, however, am kind of like a one-trick pony when it comes to these kind of things. I usually have my two favorite things that I get from the menu at some fast food places, and that's generally all that I stick to. It was only when I started going to college, like a few years ago, when I actually indulged in some of the things that I've had in my life. It was only when I started actually going to college when I actually started eating a little bit more fast food. It was the first time I had a Big Mac. It was the first time I ate at places like Taco Bell and Taco Bueno. And just moving here in Oklahoma, it was the first time I ever tried a Jack in the Box or a Raising Cane's or a Carl's Jr. Again, moving on with the main point, this particular item has always been an item that's been somewhat available throughout most of my lifetime. Of course, it keeps coming back and leaving all the time, but I am, of course, talking about the McRib. I have never ate one of these, surprisingly enough, and just not really having many ideas to make for videos lately. I just thought, why don't I record myself eating one for the very first time? First impressions are key, so let's first take a look at what this thing actually looks like. Of course, McDonald's has always changed its packaging over the years, nothing new about that. You open up this magic little box, and what do you see? I always never expect any type of food, whether it's fast food or not, to never look exactly like it's advertised. This, of course, looks very sloppy and very unneat, but it's McDonald's, so why would I not be surprised that it looks that way? It, of course, has several things. It has, obviously, the actual rib, quote-unquote, between two pieces of bread with some pickles and some onions. Generally, when I ever do order a lot of fast food places, on my burger in general, I usually don't take onions and I don't take pickles, but I am going to eat these things regardless because that's how the McRib comes, and I think trying to take those things off is going to take away from the general experience. So, it's moment of truth, and here comes the first bite. I mean, they advertise this thing as tangy, and I'm always confused by that flavor, tangy. Like, what's tangy supposed to be? Like a mixture of sweet and salty? I never really understood it. This reminds me a lot, because this particular meat really reminds me of something, but I can't quite put my name on it. It's like a very off-name brand type of meat you could get, like, in a cafeteria at a high school or something like that. That's what it really reminds me of. It's not bad. I think the sauce really helps it out as far as its general flavor, but it's nothing. It's not like a wonderful piece of meat. Of course, adding on to what many people do say about McDonald's meat in general, I think this is actually somewhat real meat, unlike what they actually have used in their actual foods. I can see why people would like this and why they would order it in general. What I'm generally confused by is why McDonald's always takes this off the menu a lot. It doesn't seem like it's really that complicated to have. I suppose the cost of the actual meat, since it is supposed to be actual real meat, that's just my assumption. I'm not, I don't know what honestly this type of meat is made out of, but it does remind me of something I've ate before, just a very off-brand type of meat that you would eat like at a cafeteria somewhere. That's really all I can describe it. It's not definitely like off limits from things I would cut out of my diet. Like, I could see myself getting it again. If I ever go back to McDonald's. It's not like horrible. It's not like, generally all fast food is not technically horrible as far as taste. It's probably bad for you, but as far as taste goes, it's never really that bad, at least in my opinion. Of course, you can get some other people who actually don't resist the urge, or do resist the urge to ever eat fast food, and they could eat something like this and be like, what the hell did I just put in my mouth? However, I'm not a real stickler when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like I said, if I ever go back to Donald's, I may get something like this again, but I always try to avoid going to McDonald's if I can, and always try to eat real food. But every once in a while, like any other human being, we somehow will mysteriously be up doing things we're not supposed to be doing, like at 3 a.m. in the morning on a Friday night, and suddenly we're hungry, so we have to go to places like McDonald's to really curb the toxins in our body. I do find myself, like, with all the spilled sauce inside of the package, I find myself taking the sandwich and sliding it through all that sauce to try and get as much of it as I can. I almost want to say this feels like a guilty pleasure. It's like I don't want to admit to people that I've never, or that I have ate the McRib, or that I somewhat like it. I was always kind of the one person amongst a lot of my friends that never did eat main staple fast food things. Like, I still haven't ate the Whopper from Burger King. Yeah, I have still not ate a Whopper. And the Big Mac was, the first time I ate it was just a few years ago, so I guess I'll always be known as that guy that doesn't try those staple foods from fast food restaurants. After finishing it, this is all one thing I can say, in that it does the same thing to me. A lot of fast foods items always do the same thing to me, that if I get one of them, for some reason it never satisfies me fully. That for some reason, despite how one may think of McRib, I automatically somehow want another one. I don't know why that is. A lot of fast food does that to me. I've never really been full off fast food. I guess it's just something in the food they put that there's just not enough of whatever it is that it makes you want more. McRib kind of does that still. It makes me want to go and get another one. I don't know why that is. It's just, of course, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to go and get another McRib. I'm just saying all general fast foods somehow have that trick to where they make you feel like you're not full enough and you want to get something else. It's always been that way. Of course, whenever I order anything from fast food, I rarely get two of anything. It's like, by that point, I'm spending the kind of money I could have afforded for a somewhat nice restaurant if I get two of any item from a fast food restaurant. So, there you go. Anyway, so that's me eating the McRib. I thought it was okay. It's not overly amazing, but I can see why it's a big selling point for McDonald's and why they sometimes tease people with taking it away and bringing it back and all that stuff, because once it comes back, it's like I could understand why people flock to something like this. And it was dirt cheap too. I just got nothing but the McRib. I didn't get a drink or a side of fries or anything. It was only like $3. So I could see people grabbing this for lunch or something. So I can see why it would be a hot item for something like McDonald's to tease every once in a while, to bring it back or not bring it back, or whatever they decide to do. Anyway, I guess I'm done. So thanks for tuning in and watching another episode. I hope y'all guys enjoyed it. If you did like this video, please comment down below, like, subscribe, whatever you feel like doing, and hopefully there will be more videos to come soon. Anyway, thank you.